I was on a Zoom call the other day and there was this person presenting who just could not stop using the phrase and I was like, I need to count this. And I counted about 47 times that person using this phrase. And I'm sure you too have been on the receiving end on such meetings where the person is using filler word after filler word after filler word. What people don't realize is that filler words such as like actually degrade the quality of your speech and how confident you're perceived by your audience. Filler words are the number one enemy when it comes to confident communication, and I'm going to help you get rid of them. Let's start off by what are filler words, or some of you might use the phrase crutch words. Filler words are those meaningless words or sounds that we end up using while speaking when we're thinking of a thought or thinking what's going to come next. What are some common examples you can think of right now? You know, like, actually, basically, and the list goes on. Let's dissect the 6 different types of filler words. The first one is revisions. For example, may I eat? You see how I revised the first statement I made, can I, to may I, while still speaking? The second type are hesitations. For example, I want to eat. Both revisions as well as hesitations are common in our speech when we are unsure of what we're about to say. They can also be a sign of anxiety, especially when paired up with a fast rate of talking. Number 3, interjections or non-words. For example, I want to eat. Number 4, repetitions. I want to eat. Interjections and repetitions often go hand in hand when we are speaking much faster than our mind can actually think. Number 5, prolongations. For example, I want to eat. You can sometimes use prolongations for dramatic effect, but more so in day-to-day conversations, they're just a sign of uncertainty. And finally, the 6th one, discourse markers. Discourse markers are used when you want to add emphasis, but the exact nature of it varies according to the words you use. Phrases like I mean and you know are used to imply the desire to rephrase an opinion. For example, I mean, discourse markers aren't that straightforward. On the other hand, you know can also be used at an end of a statement to ask for someone's opinion. For example, discourse markers can be used to emphasize many things, you know. There are many discourse markers and they vary based on dialect and region. Of the 6 that I mentioned, prolongations and hesitations are often used for emphasis, especially in dramatization, and hamper your credibility a lot less. However, hesitations, revisions, repetitions, and interjections are to be avoided. When used in excess, these can cause issues on how you are perceived. Discourse markers are not necessarily wrong as long as you don't use them in excess. There are, however, some types that are formal and others that are informal. Out of these 6, which ones are more common in your part of the world? Tell us in the comments below. We are now coming to the most useful part of this video: how to stop using filler words when speaking. There are 2 simple ways to get rid of your filler words. The first one is substitution. You can use this technique to eliminate discourse markers, interjections, and repetitions. The most natural substitution technique is to use a pause instead of a filler word. Suppose you're practicing a speech, and every time you realize you're using a filler word, repeat that sentence all over again and replace that filler word with a pause. When it comes to discourse markers like you know, you can easily substitute them with other types of phrases. For example, what do you think? Let me use it in a sentence. Substituting filler words is complicated, you know? Here's the other way. Substituting filler words is complicated. What do you think? Try to understand the intention behind your discourse markers. Are you just using them for the sake of using them? Or maybe you do want someone else's opinion on your statement. Aside from using substitution for getting rid of your filler words, the other way is reduction. Reduction is the best way to get rid of interjections, hesitations, and repetitions. When I was trying to get rid of my filler words, I tied a rubber band to my wrist and snapped it every time I heard myself using a filler word, so that I would avoid using them next time. Another technique I used was to make a list of my filler words on the palm of my hands, so that next time I was preparing for something or actually speaking, I would have a cheat sheet of the filler words I need to avoid. Lastly, you can also get someone else to listen to you and give you feedback. That could be a friend, a colleague, or the Ori app. And remember, nothing beats practicing, especially when you're preparing for a presentation or a speech. Those were all the tips I had for this video. You can check out more fantastic content and master your public speaking skills with our AI-powered speech coaching app, Ori. If you found this video useful and entertaining, subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly content on communication and public speaking. Give us a like and leave comments below to let us know whether you liked this content and what else you would like to learn. Until next time,